Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Mole Trap here, and yes, this is the other semifinal of the Korean Air OSL Season 2. This is Flash versus Free. There they are right now, Free on the left, Flash on the right. Free is apparently very amused by something that Flash is typing. They're telling each other jokes, I guess, about how they're going to own each other's faces. Anyway, sorry, I'm adjusting my thing right here. I'm adjusting the recording screen. I just noticed it was a little off. So it's not your imagination. The video is kind of moving around a little bit. Sorry about that. I am, again, one more time, just going to be doing some screen cap right off YouTube just to make it a little bit easier on myself. And, again, make it kind of a good little anti-spoiler, so, you know, you don't see the games, you just see the number of parts of the video. It's worked so far pretty well, so I figured I'd do it one more time for the for this here. The semifinals, Free versus Flash. And, wow, this is going to be some interesting games, I think, because Free, you know, normally I would discount Free altogether, but you know, he's been playing really, really well lately, and he has the potential to play well all the time. That is why he was considered one of the Dragons at one point. But yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen here exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure Flash is going to win overall, but I'm not sure if it's going to be close or not. It has the potential to be close. Flash has been doing a lot of TVZ lately, what with you know, playing J-Dong in the finals and everything. Of the MSL, and so I don't know if he's been practicing his TVP as much. So this should be interesting to see what Free can bring to the table here. Again, you know, still I'm not expecting Free to have too much of a chance of winning the whole thing. I'm sorry, it's just true. It's just true. But yeah, but I am curious to see what Free can bring to the table, because he is a very good StarCraft player when he wants to be, or when sometimes at least. And other times he just chooses to be very bad. And yeah, we'll see what happens today. I'm reminded, for instance, people often like gripe on me for being such a an anti-Freeite, but there's just been a couple games that have stuck out in my mind. One I mentioned recently, I don't remember which game I mentioned it in, but one I mentioned recently where it was a game on I believe it was Peaks of Baekdu, where Free did like an in-base 2-gate. He sent his like 4th probe out or something like that, and sent it all the way to Flash's base. This is a long time ago, I don't remember when it was. Sent it all the way to Flash's base, built 2 gateways inside of his shout-outs to some chat channels over there, and apparently a cheers to Team Liquid. We've been seeing lots and lots of foreign fans in the audience the last several months to a year. I've been noticing. I mean, when I first started watching Brood War, there was very, very few you know, non-Koreans in the audience, and so but yeah, and that's why, like, you know, they'd show, like, you know, white guy in the audience and they'd be like, oh my god, look at the white guy, and they would make, I don't know if they'd make that big a deal out of it, but they always showed them on camera. And lately, you know, there's been a lot of them there. It's not been too difficult to find non-Koreans in the audience lately, or non-ethnic Koreans at least. Anyway, Baragrand, go Flash. Cool signs, cool signs. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so there's this one game on like Peaks of Baekdu, or I believe it was, could have been Nemesis, I don't recall, where Free sent out his first probe, and he you know, built 2 gateways inside Flash's base, sent in Zealots, owned the crap out of Flash. Flash somehow barely held it off, and he had like 3 SCVs left, or something ridiculous, you know. He like kind of held it off, but only in name. And all Free had to do was follow up with, you know, some Dragoons or something, or what is it called? A Bulldog, you know, do a quick Zealot drop, Dragoon rush or something like that, and just polish Flash off, because there's nothing that Flash could do. Flash had to just play super defensive and try and get his econ going for like a long time. And Free, what did Free do? I think he expanded once, maybe twice, and he just sat there and went carriers. And like, you know, it was ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. He just sat there and went carriers and let Flash back into the game, and then engaged Flash, who had a ton of tanks and Goliaths, engaged him on a bridge, and threw away his army against Flash's forces on this bridge, and let Flash back into the game. Flash ended up winning. I mean, no, not many players would have been able to come back from that besides Flash, but still, Flash was able to get back into the game because Free just sat around. Anyway, so that's like always stuck in my mind as, and yes, I know I'm paying attention to the game. Some people are probably leaving comments right now. Oh my God, you didn't even mention that he went 1 racks in a command center. I always think it's fun when people say that because it's obviously something that they noticed regardless. Flash did go 1 racks into command center. He's put down a bunker just to kind of protect things. He's going to get a factory in the background. So this is pretty normal PvT stuff going on right now. I guess oftentimes they would put down the factory first, but anyway, so Free is gonna have to try and catch up by getting that extra Nexus pretty quick. He's gonna try and get Dragoon range and just be annoying over here until some tanks get out. But pretty standard stuff. Anyway, the other game that really stands out in my mind was a game on Katrina, I believe. The map Katrina, and that was Free versus Stork, and that's always stuck in my mind too because, you know, Stork just did 2 gate and Free did 2 gate, and they just both had gateways and zealots, and they were pretty even, and Free just got stomped, got absolutely stomped, and all Stork did was just micro. And Free just like microed not that well. He had a little bit worse position, and that hurt him obviously. But it was just ridiculous that he just, you know, he just got absolutely stomped by just zealots out microing him. And anyway, so that's why I don't like Free. I know I've just taken like 5 minutes to explain it. I apologize. But uh-oh, that Splitey but might go down. Oh, it's almost gonna go down. The third SCV gets on there, but not in time. The depot goes down. Flash is supply blocked right now. This is actually kind of a bad turn of events here for Flash, and Free has taken the advantage of having all this map control and the fact that Flash expanded to get 2 expansions up, and that is a really good call, I think. Going for that second expansion. He knows Flash is going to have to build up a little force here before he can move out, and with that goon range, it's going to have to be even longer. Plus, Flash doesn't know exactly what Free is going to throw at him, so Flash can't really. He has to play defensively. He has to turtle. He has to, you know, be a Terran. Anyway, so he's double expanded to the bottom right as well. And Flash is just gonna have to sit back. Now Flash, of course, can. I mean, part of the beautiful thing about Terran is that, well, beautiful or ugly depending on your point of view, but is that you can chill off 2 bases and turtle and build up a decent force and then push out when you're ready. And you can also defend that expansion, as we just saw, with relatively little. Terrans are just awesome at defending. So he can just defend off that bunker and, you know, be defensive with a couple tanks until he's ready to move out. And you can protect an expansion real quick if you can get the defense up for it as well. So we're seeing Flash doing that. He's got a couple machine shops going, actually. He's already got siege mode, so he's going to probably start pushing out some vultures. And actually, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him actually push out with, he's got 4 or 5 tanks, he's got some Marines, and 6 tanks and some Marines, and here he goes. Actually, he is going to do that. He defended while he built stuff up, and now he's going to push out with 6 tanks, 4 Marines, and he's going to try and punish Free for taking that extra base. On top of the first one, Free just has an observatory up. I think he only has a couple gateways, 2 or 3 gateways right now. This is going to be really bad for Free, actually. Flash is now stomping out, and he's going to rally his vultures to this front line. So the vultures are going to follow up, and the vultures are fast enough that they can catch up to the army. So this least amount of time possible between when he moves out and when he attacks. And here comes Flash, sieging up the first tank, trying to get some hits on those Dragoons as he moves out. He's going to try and just kind of bunny hop his tanks in here closer and closer and closer. He's going to siege up and put down mines and move in closer, and siege up and put down mines and move in closer. And he's going to put pressure right on top of Free right now. Free is in kind of a desperate situation now, actually. He's got to hold something off here. Now, oftentimes Terrans will do this with just 2 or 3, 4 tanks, and it doesn't work out for them. But Flash has 6 tanks right now. He's got a bunch of vultures as well. He's got Marines there, a decent squad of Marines. Turrets are going up. Free does have have the robotics facility though, so he's going to be able to put out shuttles. He's going to try and drop some stuff on top of those tanks. The Marines are going to actually be able to do a pretty decent job. He's going to lose his window of opportunity here because there's turrets going up now. Here he comes. He's loading up zealots and a probe because that's all he has inside the shuttle there. Actually, he might just be preparing for the zealot bomb and dropping on the island, so he's going to drop the probe on the island. Never mind. He's going to drop the probe on the island. A prudent move there because now he can kind of sacrifice that natural expansion if he needs to and just get another base up on that island base, which Flash can't really get to right now. And here he comes in. Mines have been upgraded as well. He's putting down mines, just really putting the pressure on Free right now. Several tanks in the mix. 4 factories pumping out vultures at this point to try and get in here. And it looks like he's actually going to kill one of his own turrets to let his forces in or something like that. But that bunker is up. It's full of Marines. This is really a bad place for Free. Look at that, 1 gateway. He has 1 gateway. I think he only has 1. Well, maybe he has more somewhere else, but I think he only has 1 gateway there. Here comes the shuttle. I think he has a Reaver inside of it and 2 zealots. So Free is actually going to counter harass, and this actually might work out beautifully for Free now that I look at things, because Flash has nothing in his base. He's got no forces in his base, and all of his forces are to the front, and if they trade right now, Flash is going to lose everything, and all Free is going to lose is his natural expansion. Here he comes in. A single tank is in play. No, 2 tanks pop out just in the nick of the time to chase this shuttle around. He's probably going to be able to get some scarabs off, though, because there's no turrets around or anything like that, unless Free just kind of stops paying attention to that shuttle. There's the Reaver drops out. It's gonna get a few. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! A ton of SCVs go down. Wow, nicely done. And a tank goes down. The other tank is close to death as well. He needs to siege that up next to... Goliath's in play, though. Are going to chase that shuttle away. I think Free has done the damage he needs to, though. He can safely move off with that shuttle and just run away with what he's gotten here. But he still has to worry about this huge siege on his natural expansion. Trying to go in for another shot there. I think he might have gotten another scarab off. I saw the tail end of an explosion, I thought. But I blinked. I didn't see it completely. Anyway, but now Flash is pushing in a little bit closer, trying to push in a little bit farther. Those Dragoons are in danger now. They need to either back up or get out of the way or something here, or he can just let them die. Here he's going to try and push in and try and kill off that tank. He can target it. There's not really much in front of it. The other tanks have a lot of stuff in front of them, so he can't really target those, but that tank was a little bit too far out front. And here we go. Oh, that 1 gateway was in the bottom. So Free was actually building more gateways in the south. That's what was going on. So that's a pretty smart move, because then he can try and get a flank on as well. He can build up forces in that south base and get a flank on. And even though Flash has a huge advantage and really beautiful position outside of Free's natural expansion, he can't really push in any farther because there's that ramp there, and I guess he kind of could push up the ramp, but instead he's going to push down into this bottom right base as well. Beautiful maneuver, setting his reinforcements down there. Now Free, unfortunately, has moved his forces back. Well, I guess it makes sense, actually. He probably left his Goliaths at home to deal with the shuttle. Free, in the meantime, is bringing his shuttle back with his Reaver to try and help clean this up, to try and hold this off. In the meantime, Flash is just content, it looks like, just to leave that siege outside of Free's natural expansion and just keep him bottled up. And wow, this is gonna be... and Flash got a 3rd base as well, so this is really looking bad again for Free now. I thought he was gonna be able to do more damage, but Flash just had a perfect timing there. A couple tanks coming out and then a couple Goliaths right afterwards. Just beautiful timing, and he just managed to barely save one of the tanks as well. Here comes Free trying to clean this up, but too many turrets and 2 bunkers kill off everything. Zealots dying to all those mines before they even get in close, and he doesn't get anywhere close. The Dragoons are able to kill off 1 bunker while the Zealots die, and he's going to be able to get up a little bit close and maybe take out a tank. No, he's not even going to get a single tank. He's going to have to fall back.